Say to neighbor, that the man of light rise and shine. The man of light. Taking from portions of the three scriptures that we read, just a couple verses from each one of them. Isaiah 9, verse 2. It said, the people that walk in darkness have seen the great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them have the light shine. Isaiah 60, verses 1 and 2 says, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. John 8:12, the words of Jesus. Then spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but have the light of life. Amen. Somebody in those verses that can help us for today. The purpose of the message today is to charge us as Christians to exemplify Christ-like character as shining lights in this world of darkness. To exemplify Christ-like character as shining lights in this world of darkness. Imagine what this world would be like without light. Imagine what your home would be like without light. Imagine what this sanctuary would be like without lights. Some of us already have a problem seeing anyway. Take away our light, we can't see anything. Am I right about it? We would be in pitch blackness. Most of the work of the world would come to an abrupt stop without light, electricity, light. If the world witnessed such a blackout, it would be mass death and destruction. You think people are wild now? If we didn't have any light, they would go wild. Am I right about it? We have never witnessed a large-scale solar blackout, although we have witnessed small-scale electrical blackout that lasted only for a few hours or a few days. We've had many in our lifetime, and I recall the storm of 2002. 2002. Many of us were without power for several days. Some of us lost food in our refrigerators and freezers because the power was out. According to the Genesis account, Genesis 1, 2, and 3, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters, and God said, let there be light. And there was light. Genesis 1:16 says, and God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. I tell you, darkness is no friend to man. God made light so that man could live and find his way around. Light is the most valuable resource that God had created. Light is necessary for life. Light is one of those elements we got to have. Let me give you a few facts about light. Scientific facts state that light acts upon the retina of the eye, the optic nerve, and the cornea, which enable us to see. A person may have 20/20 vision, but if you don't have any light, you can't see. All you do is just stumble around in the dark. Am I right about it? You know, sometimes you may try to walk in the house in the dark because you know where everything is, but let one of the grandchildren or somebody come over and put something in the floor that you don't see, and you stumble over and almost break your neck. Hurt yourself. impurity. Light gives heat. The more light you have, the more heat you have. Some surgeries are performed by laser light. Without light, everything stops. You cannot see how to read a book or the daily news without light. We will be stumbling around, lost in the dark, broken around. I'm sure that most of us, if not all of us, have had at least one blackout of electricity or light in your time. Some of you may have had a blackout because you didn't pay your bill on time. They'll cut you off. They'll cut ours off too. They'll cut the church lights off too. Thank God we pay our bill. Am I right about it? But we never know how to appreciate light until it's gone. But today I want to talk about light from a spiritual perspective, because whenever the Bible uses the word light, it's referring to holiness, it's referring to righteousness, it's referring to joy, peace, hope, love, and everything that's good. We're living in a world of darkness. There's darkness all around us. There's darkness in the home. There's darkness in the school when our children are not safe from threats of bullets and bombs. There's darkness in the White House right now. I tell you, there is a great demand for light. I'm not talking about progress imaging. I'm not talking about Duke Power. I'm talking about the spiritual light. The world is in great demand for light. We need some light right now. The lights are twinkling in the city of Raleigh, Clayton, and elsewhere. The Christmas lights are twinkling, but we need to be twinkling our spiritual light. Hallelujah. Not sunlight, not moonlight, but the light from the sun, the S-O-N. Jesus, let's take our mind to the spiritual aspect of the light. Can you imagine what this world would be like if Jesus had not come? You think it's bad now. If Jesus had not come, we could not even stand it. Because thank God, in spite of all how dark it is and how bad it is, somebody is showing some light. Somebody is believing God. Somebody is praying. Somebody is studying their Bible. Somebody is following Jesus. Everybody is not going on the downward path. The prophet Isaiah looked ahead 700 plus years, and he saw a light come into the world of darkness, because it was dark then too. In Isaiah's day, it was pitch dark for the nation of Israel. The people were walking in the darkness of sin. The people had forsaken the Lord God and were worshiping idol gods of silver and gold and wood and stone. Doesn't that sound like December 8th, 2019? I tell you, people are worshiping other gods now. It didn't stop in Bible days. We're worshiping other gods. We're worshiping our cars. We're worshiping our houses. We're worshiping our clothes, our fingernails. The people were shattered and scattered. What was once one nation split into two nations. Jerusalem, the homeland, was in ruins. There was no more dancing in the street. The people of northern Israel were hauled off to Assyria, while the people of southern Israel were hauled off to Babylon, a foreign country. I'm just telling you how it was in the Bible time. It was dark, but in the midst of the darkness, Isaiah saw a light coming in the person of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And therefore he says in Isaiah 2:9, the people that walk in darkness have seen. Notice he said in the past tense. And always, a lot of times, the prophet write in the past tense as though it has already happened. It has not happened, but in the mind of God, it has already happened. He said, the people that walk in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them hath the light shine. He's looking at light coming to bring the people out of darkness. Notice the language here. The people have seen. The people have seen. That sounds as if it had already happened. In the mind and activity of God, it had already happened. Isaiah calls it a great light. The light was greater than any light on earth. This light was greater than sunlight, greater than moonlight, greater than starlight. This light was greater than the light of Duke in progress. This light was greater than all the twinkling lights of Christmas put together. He said, they that dwell in the land of the shadow of death have the light shine. Good God Almighty. Then Isaiah takes the light now a little bit further in chapter 60. I'm not going to be long. He said, arise and shine, for your light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but the Lord shall rise upon thee, and the glory shall be seen upon thee. In other words, church, what I'm trying to tell you is that this was initially addressed to Israel, but we can also apply it to us. Because most of the Bible, if not all of it, applies to God's people. The charge is this. He gives us a charge. In that first word, he said, arise, shine. You know, I remember that word, don't you? When we was growing up, and as young people, stayed up all night, a lot of times, and you heard the word rise and shine. That means it's time to get up, time to go to the field, time to go do some kind of work. We hated to hear the word rise and shine. You talk about a charge and a challenge. It was a charge and a challenge. Because you didn't want to get up. Come on, somebody. Some of our young people out there today stay up all night. They don't want to rise and shine. But we have to. We got to rise and shine because we got to meet the challenges. We got to meet the responsibilities. We got to meet the duties that's ahead because we can't lay there all the time. Am I right about it? We can't stay in the same position. We got to get up. If you want God to bless you, you got to get up. If you want to bless someone else, you got to get up. You can't stay where you are. You got to rise and shine. Get up from where you are. And that's a challenge. I see it like this. We need to get up from depression. There's so many people depressed today. And depression is understandable. You know, depression is understandable. We're not denying that depression exists. And sometimes people can be depressed because their loved ones are not here. They can be depressed because of a lack of money. They can be depressed because of getting old. Come on, somebody. They can be depressed because of a sickness. They can be depressed because there's an ailment in the body. And depression is understandable. But we don't want to get stuck in depression. Because depression is a killer. Depression is a tool of the devil. The devil wants to keep you down in depression. Because depression can paralyze you. And in the end, if you're not careful, depression can kill you. We need to get up from depression. Need to get up from poverty. Am I right about it? We need to get up from rejection. We get rejected sometimes. We need to get up from anything that's holding us back. We need to rise above it. Why? Because he said your light has come. It's already here. It doesn't have to get here. It's already here. Then he says shine. Shine. I like that song that says, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. Shine with joy. Shine with peace. Shine with love. Shine with patience. The power from downtown is causing these lights in here to shine. And the power from Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit and the world makes you and I shine. Some of you are shining today. You know why? Because you don't look like what you've been through. If you told somebody what you had gone through, you know what they would say? I didn't know you was going through that. Why? Because you don't look like what you have gone through. And God will fix you like that. He'll fix you so that you won't even look like what you've been through. Just like those 3 Hebrew boys in the fiery furnace. They went through the fire and came out with not even a smell of smoke. Didn't even smell like smoke. Somebody been through some fire in here today. Somebody been through some flood. But here you are on December the 8th and waving your hand. Here you are all dressed up in your dress and in your suit because God has been good to you. You are saying that. Hallelujah. Somebody survived cancer and a heart attack and a stroke. There's somebody here today, the doctor gave you up a long time ago. But here you are. Some of you probably have outlived some of those doctors. It's not over till God says it's over. All right, God. Doesn't matter what you have, what kind of disease you have, it's not over till God says it's over. He said, your light has come. I'm going to wrap this up. He said, your light has come because I feel pretty good. He said, arise and shine, your light has come. The glory of the Lord is risen on thee. But in John chapter 8, Jesus picks it up and he lets us know that he is the source of our life. Because we have here another one of Jesus' I am sayings. John, the book of St. John contains a lot of Jesus' I am saying. He said, I'm the door, I'm the good shepherd, I'm the bread of life, I'm the water of life. I am. And a lot of times when people say I am, a lot of times they are not what they say they are. But when Jesus said I am, he is. He said to the scribes and the Pharisees, he said, I am the light of the world. He that followeth after me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. And it would do you good to know that Jesus spoke these words because he had just set a woman free that was accused of living in adultery. Those scribes and Pharisees brought to Jesus the woman that was accused of living in adultery, and they had the stones already raised up. I can see them, can't you? They had that stone, ready to stone this woman because it said in the Bible that if a person was accused of this sin, that they could be stoned to death. Jesus reached down on the ground, wrote on the ground, on his finger, on the ground. And I don't know what he wrote. He could have wrote liar down there. Could have wrote gambler, backbiter, drunkard, drug dealer. He could have put anything down there. Looked around, all of them standing around there ready with their stones. Let you, he that without sin, cast the first stone. I could hear the stone dropping on the ground. Thump, 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 thump. And they all walking away. And Jesus looked around at the woman and said, woman, where are your accusers? Is anyone accusing you? She said, no man, Lord. He said, neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more. He said the woman free. And so that's why he said, I'm the light of the world. Because he brought light on her dark situation. And he'll do the same thing for you. Your way might be dark right now. And you can't see none of the dark cloud hanging over your head. But thank God for Jesus. Jesus will bring light into your life. And I'm right about it. And if somebody said, I saw the light from heaven come down. And when you see the light, it'll give you joy. It'll give you peace. When you see the light, you won't worry about what no one said, what no one does. You will be free, free, free. Hallelujah. I'm about through. Jesus set this woman free because he said he's the light of the world. And he did not stop being the light of the world that day. He's still the light of the world. Am I right about it? John said he was the true light. In John 1:9, he said he was the true light that lighted every man that cometh into the world. I heard Peter say in 2:9, he said he's a marvelous light. Am I right about it? Well, my friends, it's time for us to go now. But I tell you, Jesus makes it possible for us to see our way around. Because as he gives us light, he gives us hope. Hope for tomorrow. It might look dark right now, but he will give you a better tomorrow. Am I right about it? He exposes evil. He lets you know what evil is so we can get it straightened out. Am I right about it? He will turn your darkness into light. Jesus, the light of the world. Am I right about it? There is no sin in his life. His character is pure. He has stood the test of time. He has, oh yes, he is high and holy, yet meek and lowly. He healed the sick. As we said on last Sunday, he raised the dead. He fed 5,000. He died for our sins, but he arose again on that third day. And after 2,000 years, he's still shining. He's shining everywhere. Don't let anyone fool you. Sometimes people think that Christianity is dying. Am I right about it? Because the numbers in our churches are dwindling. But don't you fool yourself. God will always have a number. Oh, yeah, Jesus is shining in those foreign countries. Sometimes we have missionaries that go over in Africa, in the Congo, those other places over there where voodoo and witchcraft is, and they come back and they give us a report that they have to have services all day long. The preachers have to preach all day long because Christianity is spreading. It might not be here a lot, but it's spreading in other parts of the world. Can I get a witness? Because Jesus is still alive. Am I right about it? Christianity is still alive. A blind man walked down the street one night with a lighted lantern in his hand. And someone said, "Why do you carry a lighted lantern? You can't see." And the blind man said, "Yeah, I know I can't see, but I got this lantern so they can see me." Am I right about it? Yes, we need to shine for Jesus. Shine just where you are. This point says shine just where you are. Don't waste your time in longing for bright, impossible things. Don't sit supinely yearning for the swiftness of eagle's wings. Don't spurn to be a rush light because you are not a star, but brighten some bit of darkness by shining just where you are. There is need of the tiniest candle as well as the garnished sun, the humblest deed in oval when it is worthily done. Yet you may never be called to brighten the darkened regions afar. So feel for the day of mission by shining just where you are. There's a lot of envy and jealousy in the body of Christ. People are envying others' influence. People are envying others' gifts. People are envying others' talents. It's all unnecessary because God has given all of us something to use for his glory. You need to quit looking so hard at someone else and use what God has given you. Am I right about it? Well, if you, in the summertime, if you will open the door of your house or your windows, you will notice that the mosquitoes and camouflage and gnats will be drawn to the light. Am I right about it? And that's the way we are as children of God. When we shine, it draws people. Am I right about it? It draws people to the church. It draws people to us. Am I right about it? Well, I got to go now. But we know we're living in a dark world. We're living in a dark time. But I heard Emily Dickens, a great poet, said one day, said, "Don't curse the darkness, just light a candle." And that's what we need to do. We need to let our light shine. And that's why the songwriter was right when he said, "This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine everywhere I go. Every chance I get, I'm going to try to do something good for somebody else, even if they don't do good for me. Every chance I get, I'm going to try to give something to the world." Am I right about it? Every chance I get, I'm going to do a good deed. Am I right about it? Every chance I get, sometime on the highway, I'm going to let that other driver get in sometime. Am I right about it? I'm going to let my light shine. Wherever I go, when people are frowning, I'm going to give them a smile. Am I right about it? I'm going to let my light shine. When people here. Just sing some songs. So like, oh yes, he's singing today. He's singing today, even on Monday morning. Can I get a witness? It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. When I just think of the goodness of Jesus and all he's done for me, my soul cried out, hallelujah. I thank God for saving me. The songwriter was right when he said, I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. He lies his own forever, and I know he watches me. We need to rise and shine. Don't worry about how dark it is. I know they're shooting in our neighborhood. I know they're shooting in school. Am I right about it? But God is still in control. God is still on the throne, and the devil doesn't own nothing. Amen. Hallelujah. Just rise and shine. Go to the hospital. Let somebody know there's hope for the sick and the shut in. Am I right about it? Let's go by the prison if we can. Let the prisoners know that the bars can't lock out God. God can still go behind no prison walls. Am I right about it? Let us stand and doors of the church is open. If there's one that will come. Let us rise and shine. Our light has already come. Amen. In the person of Jesus Christ. Praise God. Amen. The invitation is open for anyone who wants to come and accept Christ or join us by better Christian experience.